Hi, I'm Michelle Bryars. I'm Head of Oasis Global Partnerships, and I'm also the Chair of the Academy Council here at Hadley. None of us are perfect. We constantly require forgiveness, whether it's for the big or small things in our personal lives or our work lives. My mum would say that forgiveness is a choice. You can choose to remain bitter and hurt, or you can choose to forgive and move on positively. When I was a child, my parents got divorced. I was devastated by this because I was a real daddy's girl. My mum was amazing. She never once spoke negatively about my dad in front of me and my sister, although I know she was completely devastated by what had happened. My mum's ability to forgive then was the catalyst for their healthy relationship now. Because of my parents' divorce, forgiveness and loyalty became really important to me. So when my boyfriend and I started to get really serious, we were talking about marriage, and I said to him, please never ask me to marry you unless you really mean it, because for me, marriage is for life. So imagine my surprise when 2 years after our wedding day, he announced that he was leaving. I'll never forget the look on my dad's face when he saw my husband leave. I think it was then that he truly understood how much he'd hurt my mum, me and my sister all those years earlier. My own divorce allowed me and my dad to talk about how hurt I'd been when he left. I realised then that I hadn't truly forgiven him. I knew that I had to forgive both my ex-husband and my dad if I wanted to be able to move on positively with my life. It does not mean that you forget the hurt, but you choose not to punish yourself for the things that have happened. In every relationship, forgiveness is a gift. Whether we're the ones doing the forgiving because somebody has let us down, or whether we're on the receiving end of forgiveness because we've been a disappointment. Through forgiveness, we are set free, we are changed, and our relationships are enriched.
Hi, my name is Jill Rowe and I am the Ethos and Formation Director for Oasis. I believe that forgiveness is something that makes the world of difference in our own lives and in our communities and in our workplaces. I don't know if you've ever been driving a car and you notice that the indicator for the oil in the engine is getting low. What will happen if you run out of oil in an engine is it will seize up, it will implode. And I think that the same is true when we don't have forgiveness in our workplaces. Things start to go wrong, things start to seize up. So it's really important that we work out how to forgive one another. Desmond Tutu said that without forgiveness there is no future. It's strange that sometimes people think that forgiveness is equated with being soft. I think that forgiveness is the greatest sign of strength and courage that any person can have. In Oasis we have 5 ethos values, and the third one of those ethos values is a commitment to healthy, open relationships. And forgiveness is all about that third ethos value. Forgiveness is the ability not to blame someone else when something has gone wrong. Forgiveness is the ability to be willing and able to sit down and have a conversation and to say I'm sorry, or to ask for forgiveness. I've noticed in me that there is something that I can do when someone wrongs me, which means that I hold on to resentment, choosing not to forgive the person who's hurt me or wronged me. And then what happens is I might tell someone else about how I've been wronged, and in that way the resentment that I feel can start to become something that I pass on to other people. My lack of being able to forgive someone actually can create resentment and toxicity amongst others. So choosing to forgive is choosing not to blame someone else for something that they've done. Choosing to forgive is being willing and able to have the tough conversation, to say sorry and to seek someone else's forgiveness. And one way we can do that in our workplaces, I think, and in our families and in our communities, is to keep short accounts with each other. A lot of research has been done which shows that a lack of forgiveness in our lives can actually be bad for our health. So choosing to forgive can decrease stress in our lives. Choosing to forgive can increase our immunity to disease and illness. Choosing to forgive is good for our hearts. Choosing to forgive can transform what feels like failure into an incredible learning opportunity. And what forgiveness does for us individually and in our workplaces and in our communities and in the whole of our lives is gives us this sense of freedom.